Mike, can you tell us a little about your airplane?
Yeah, sure can. This is a 1946 Fairchild F-24R. It's an R. That stands for the Ranger engine. The Ranger engine is it's an inline six, and it's actually upside down. So it's sitting in this cowling upside down. If you look down the barrel of this right here, you'll see all the cylinders. And they did that for a couple of different reasons, but one of them was to be able to get a bbigger prop on here. And of course, it's a tail wheel, keeps the nose up. Ranger engine, this one that I've got in here is a 200 horsepower. And the 200 horsepower has to have these extra cooling scoops in order to keep it nice and cool during flight, because she does run warm, especially during the hot days in the climate like that. I've got a Hartzell, a hydro-selective prop on here. You can control the pitch from the cockpit, and you get it into cruise, and she'll pick up an extra 5-10 miles an hour just from being able to control the pitch on this. I've had it since August of 22. It was kind of a retirement gift for myself when I retired from the military, 26 years in the military. And I wasn't sure that I wanted to get into an antique, but I saw this on the I think it was the trader plane, and the EAA guys up in Waukesha, Wisconsin up there pulled it out of their museum, and it had been in the museum for some 30 years. It was donated by the last owner, and they had it up on stilts inside the museum, and they decided to pull it down and put it up for sale, and I got lucky enough to buy it. And she's mostly all original, except for I did have the cowling painted recently. Other than that, pretty much everything on this airplane is the way I bought it. The paint was done so well that it still looks great today. The Army version of this airplane is, if I remember correctly, it's the UC-60 or UC-61, and I've seen a couple examples in the original Army scheme that look pretty cool. I had been tempted to buy one recently, but I'd probably get divorced if I got it. But if you want to take a look inside here, looks like an old Cadillac in there, and she feels just as comfortable.
Wait a minute. Are those crank windows?
They are. The windows go up and down, and during hot days, I'll even fly with the windows down.
Well, how neat is that?
Yeah, it's really great. So I did a little bit of work in here, kind of spruced it up a little bit, new carpeting and things of that nature. But other than that, this is very close to what it looked like when I purchased it from the museum.
Well, did I see landing lights out here?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you did. There we go.
How neat is that? Hey, Mike, out of curiosity, what branch of the service were you in?
Well, I actually have been in 3 branches of the service. Started out in the Marine Corps in 1983. After Desert Storm, I got out in 88, actually 91. And then due to some health issues, I had to stay out of the military. And then I was able to go back in 2002. But at the time, the Marines wouldn't take me, but the Navy guy would. So I went in the Navy from 2002 to 2008. Then I got my commission in the Army in 2008. And then I retired from the Army in 2022 after 26 years.
Wow. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for your service, and thank you for that story. That was a great story. You can't make that up.
No.
Well, it's a beautiful airplane, I can tell you that, Mike.
Well, I'm trying to keep it that way. Still looking pretty good, thankfully. This seat goes up like this so you can carry passengers. And I found that piece. This light up here actually works. The speaker works. This is my trim control. And it's extremely comfortable. It really is. You can fly in here for hours and you're just fine. Really, the truth of the matter is this airplane holds 60 gallons of fuel and it burns about 10 gallons an hour. So you could actually fly for that long. The only thing is, unfortunately, the Ranger engine eats oil a little bit, and it was designed that way. You know, back in the World War II days, I mean, they just wanted to make sure the engines were lubricated. And I've gotten this down to about a quart every hour and a half, I think. And then really the truth of the matter is, one of the things they say about Ranger engines is the only reason to land is to top off the oil, not the fuel. So that's usually the case. And besides, you know, your bladder can only hold so much. You gotta have a potty break.
Yes.
But you know, she flies so smoothly and it's so easy to fly. I think this thing doesn't stall until it hits like 50 miles an hour, something like that. And these big wings create a lot of lift. I mean, I can get halfway down this runway and she wants to fly. So even in spite of the fact that she's kind of a heavy girl, but she's so comfortable in the air, it's really a dream to fly. Actually, I enjoy it a lot.